Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2018 Order of Manitoba Investiture Ceremony. Bonjour et bienvenue à tout le monde. My name is Vaughn Mitchell, and I am honored to be your Master of Ceremonies for today's very special event. I would like to extend a special welcome to the ministers and members of the Legislative Assembly who are joining us this afternoon. For those of you who are newcomers to this building, the room we are in is known as the Manitoba Room, or, as you might imagine, the Chandelier Room. This room is the most majestic room in the Manitoba Legislative Building and is only used for very, very special events like the one we are celebrating today. The Order of Manitoba is the highest honor the province can bestow on an individual. The honor recognizes individuals who have demonstrated excellence and achievements in any field of endeavor, benefiting in an outstanding manner the social, cultural, or economic well-being of Manitoba and its residents. You may also notice 4 large portraits on the wall. The one you might recognize is of our reigning monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. The 2 other portraits are of King George V and Queen Mary, who were the grandparents of Queen Elizabeth. They are featured here as they were the reigning monarchs when the Manitoba Legislative Building opened in 1920. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise, or stay standing? Would you please rise for the, you were supposed to be sitting down, for the entrance of the official party, which includes members of the 2018 Order of Manitoba Advisory Council, followed by the entrance of the Premier of Manitoba, the Honourable Brian Pallister. Please remain standing for the entrance of their honors, the Honourable Janice Filmon, Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba, and His Honour, the Honourable Gary Filmon. Please remain standing for the playing of the Vice-Regal Salute. Please remain standing for the singing of God Save the Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, to start our program this afternoon, I am pleased to invite the Honourable Janice Filmon, Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba and Chancellor of the Order of Manitoba, to bring greetings. Your Honour.
Thank you. Thank you, Vaughn. Well, what a wonderful afternoon we have in July in this beautiful building to celebrate you and all your family and friends. I heard a little one. The future leaders of Manitoba. I know it. Friends, Manitobans, welcome to this celebration of all that is best about our province and its people. We are gathered on Treaty 1 land, on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, and the homeland of our Métis people. We've come together, as we do every July near the anniversary of the proclamation of the Manitoba Act, to bestow the highest honor of our province on a remarkable group of individuals. The identities of these new members were announced on Manitoba Day, May 12th, the anniversary of the date when the Manitoba Act received royal assent. So each year, we commemorate the creation of our province with the Order of Manitoba, and what a fitting way it is to celebrate. As Canada's 5th province, Manitoba had a special destiny to bring together East and West, Francophones and Anglophones, Indigenous and non-Indigenous people, to be Canada's Keystone province. And just as the Keystone holds together an arch, so do the Keystone individuals that are gathered here today. Hello to each one of you. Since its creation in 1999, the Order of Manitoba has recognized Manitobans whose achievements have enriched the social, cultural, and economic well-being of our province and its people. The women and men being inducted into the Order of Manitoba today have all done great things in their own lives. They have risen to high positions in a wide variety of fields, just as the Keystone occupies the top position in an archway. But they have been selected for the Order of Manitoba because their achievements support and strengthen all of Manitoba. Through their many accomplishments, they serve youth and seniors, they enhance health and education, they enrich our cultural understanding and build our prosperity and protect our environment. We are all beneficiaries of their hard work, their insights, their passion, and their willingness to share their gifts with others. So to all of this year's new members of the Order of Manitoba, thank you for giving us more reasons to celebrate the province that we love. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech.
I would now ask Ni Gani Aki Anini, leading Earthman David Kurshane of the Anishinaabe Nation Eagle Clan, to deliver the invocation.
Ojo anin dinemagnituk. Nigani akine dishnikas kinyo do dame saging donjiba. My dear relatives, let me begin by offering words of gratitude to the Great Spirit in appreciation for all the blessings that we receive in life. It is through gratitude that we are able to receive these blessings in life. Today, individuals will be honored and recognized for their efforts in helping shape our world into a better place. It is indeed a well-deserved recognition. Whenever anyone serves the greater cause by serving his or her fellow man, we all benefit. Spirit is what drives and motivates us to do good. And we are all encouraged and inspired to live from the spirit of the heart. Giving of oneself in service is a reflection of one of our laws as the First Peoples, the law of respect that is symbolized by the buffalo. The essence of respect is to give and to share for the sake of the well-being of the nation. As people, we are encouraged to follow the example of the buffalo who gave every part of itself for the people to survive. I found it interesting coming in here this afternoon. At the entrance were two buffalo. Maybe that's a good reflection of how the leaders should be guided by that spirit of that buffalo. In acknowledgement of that spirit, may those that are being honored here today continue to receive the full blessing of Spirit so that they can continue to do their work. The greatest honor is reached when their work continues and the legacy lives on. May I wish all the recipients all the best. Miigwech.
Thank you, David. Each year during our Order of Manitoba ceremony, we take a moment to pause and reflect on the members of the Order who have passed away since our last ceremony. Sadly, we are aware of 6 Order of Manitoba recipients who have passed away in the last 12 months. They include Mr. Sam Fabro, Mr. Saul Cherniak, Mr. Monty Hall, Honorable Benjamin Hewak, Mr. Kerry Hawkins, and Mr. Roland Penner. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have a moment of silence in honor of these distinguished Manitobans? Thank you. Now, let's proceed with the ceremony and the investiture of 12 very deserving, talented, and dedicated individuals into the Order of Manitoba. Dr. David Barnard. David Barnard has served the University of Manitoba as its president and vice chancellor since 2008. Dr. Barnard has guided the university through substantial success over the past 10 years. The U of M has developed research chairs and enhanced academic opportunities in the important fields of food safety, public health, climate change, and human rights. He has also made valuable connections with funders and organizations around the world to enhance the university's research capabilities. The university now serves as the headquarters for the National Center for Truth and Reconciliation and has expanded its role as a leader in Indigenous education, as well as adding a senior position for Indigenous achievement to the executive team. Under the leadership of Dr. Barnard, the U of M established the Center for Human Rights Research, where more than 150 professors work on human rights-related issues. Dr. Barnard has also been active in promoting collaboration among the provincial group of post-secondary institutions. He chaired the Canadian Research Knowledge Network and was board chair for Universities Canada and a member of several of its committees. Active in the community, Dr. Barnard has served in several leadership positions, including on the board of Centerport Canada, St. Boniface General Hospital, as well as with CenterVenture. Your Honor, Dr. David Barnard. Mr. Michael Bell-Humeur. A Métis elder and a military veteran, Michael Patrick Barry Bell-Humeur co-founded the Urban Knights and Ladies Volunteer Veterans Ambassadors Peace Patrol of Manitoba, a volunteer-based safety promotion and crime prevention organization. Serving the Winnipeg community for over 40 years, the focus of the Peace Patrol has been on locating homeless veterans with PTSD and other war injuries and connecting them to the appropriate support services. Mr. Bell-Humeur helped initiate an independent veterans PTSD support group in Manitoba. In 2016, Mr. Bell-Humeur helped initiate a partnership with the private sector to provide free monthly trade skills workshops for street youth and veterans aged 18 to 28. He recruited potential participants through local youth organizations with the goal of encouraging skill development and community service as a positive alternative to street life and gang activity. Mr. Bell-Humeur is also a peer mentor at the Men's Resource Centre of Manitoba, one of only a few organizations across Canada that provides counseling services for men who have experienced trauma and stress in their lives. He has also been invited to various local schools to educate young people about Métis art, culture, and history. Unfortunately, Mr. Belhumeur could not join us this afternoon, but let's give him a round of applause anyways. Ms. Jacqueline Blais. Ms. Jacqueline Blais is an award-winning Francophone historian. Her writings reflect the efforts of Francophones in Manitoba to preserve their language and culture and chronicle their important contribution to the province's history. Madame Blais travaille présentement à la rédaction d'une histoire du Manitoba français en 5 tomes. Les 3 premiers tomes de cette immense réalisation sont déjà publiés et lui ont valu 2 prix Champlain. Her many publications include a prize-winning 1988 paper entitled L'Article 23, written during the language crisis that deeply affected the Franco-Manitoban community in the 1980s. En tant que jeune journaliste pendant les années 70, Madame Blais a suivi l'affaire Georges Forêt. Ce sujet a fourni à la base de sa thèse universitaire. En plus de sa carrière d'écrivaine, Madame Blais a aussi travaillé pour le gouvernement du Manitoba au sein du secrétariat aux affaires francophones. Elle a contribué beaucoup à la mise en œuvre de la politique sur les services en français, notamment le manuel des directives qui est toujours utilisé par les ministres aujourd'hui. She has served as the president of the St. Boniface Historical Society, Gabrielle Wahouse, and the Société Franco-Manitobaine. Your Honor, Ms. Jacqueline Blais. Ms. Barbara Bruce. A citizen of the Métis Nation, Barbara Bruce has spent her life working with and for Métis Nation and First Nation communities to redress the pain and injustices created by the legacy of residential schools and the 60s scoop, as well as sexism, racism, homophobia, and other structural inequalities. Ms. Bruce led 4 National Truth and Reconciliation Commission events. She was also the lead on Options for Action, an implementation report for the legacy of Phoenix Sinclair, and has served in leadership role for the National Congress on Housing and Homelessness Aboriginal Caucus Day. Ms. Bruce served as a jurist for the Inspire Awards, as well as a board member for the National Aboriginal Economic Development Board, the Canadian Council for Aboriginal Business, and Top 40 Under 40 National Awards. Ms. Bruce is the president and owner of All My Relations Incorporated, a company focused on Indigenous cultural awareness and curriculum development. Ms. Bruce's spiritual name is Flies High Thunderbird of the Wolf Clan. She is fiercely committed to her family, circle of friends, and the Indigenous community, including Two-Spirit and queer people of color. Ms. Bruce is also one of the designated elders for Two-Spirit people of Manitoba. Your Honor, Ms. Barbara Bruce. Dr. Sarah Israels. Dr. Sarah Israels is a pediatric hematologist-oncologist who is world-renowned for her innovative work in the care of children and teenagers with cancer and bleeding disorders. In 1993, Dr. Israels was appointed head of the Division of Pediatric Hematology-Oncology at the University of Manitoba. In that role, she helped establish the capacity to do bone marrow transplants for children within Manitoba, eliminating the need to travel out of province for such procedures. Dr. Israels helped establish the Pediatric Day Unit at Winnipeg's Children's Hospital, where children with cancer receive what is called conscious sedation, which helps the patient relax and experience less pain during treatments. Dr. Israels also helped establish a bleeding disorders clinic in Manitoba. This clinic addresses the medical, psychological, and social needs of children and teens with inherited bleeding disorders in a focused and compassionate manner. Dr. Israels helped establish one of the finest clinical hemostasis laboratories of its kind in Canada, right here in Winnipeg. Dr. Israels has been honored by the Canadian Hemophilia Society for her distinguished contributions in the areas of research and the advancement of care for patients with hemophilia and other inherited blood disorders. Your Honor, Dr. Sarah Israels. Mr. Robert Christensen. I got it. It's right here. A lifelong resident of Gimli and a commercial fisher for 70 years, Robert T. Christensen continues to work in his chosen profession, as well as actively promoting sustainable fishing and the health of Lake Winnipeg. Mr. Christensen has always been a keen observer of the status and health of Lake Winnipeg. He increased media and public awareness of the growing algae problem on Lake Winnipeg, which led to a number of initiatives to alleviate the problem. Mr. Christensen has played a leading role in the implementation of the Canadian Code of Conduct for Responsible Fisheries, thereby ensuring the sustainability of the commercial fishing industry for generations to come. Mr. Christensen's work to put the Garrison Water Diversion Project on hold resulted in his appointment to the Lake Winnipeg Stewardship Board, a group established to identify necessary actions to reduce nitrogen and phosphorus loading in Lake Winnipeg. Mr. Christensen is a past chair and director of the Freshwater Fish Marketing Corporation Advisory Board. His commitment to his industry and community are demonstrated through his lengthy record of service to a variety of organizations, as well as his 35 years of service in the Canadian Coast Guard Auxiliary. Your Honor, Robert T. Christensen. Mr. William Lavin. William Bill Lavin's distinguished business career includes innovation and commercial success in computer services and electronic commerce. A chartered accountant by trade, Mr. Lavin founded the payroll check company ComCheck Services in 1968 with $15,000. Over the next 20 years, he led the company to become a multi-million-dollar enterprise with over 450 employees. Another venture led by Mr. Lavin, Telpay Incorporated, received Winnipeg Chamber of Commerce's Innovator of the Year Award in 2004. He continues to serve as a member of the Telpay Board of Directors. A member of the Order of Canada and a lifelong supporter of the arts, particularly in areas related to music, he has served as both president and chairman of the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra. Through his generous philanthropy, Mr. Lavin has championed other community organizations such as the Manitoba Choral Association, Heritage St. Norbert, West End Cultural Centre, Urban Circle Training Centre, and Heritage Winnipeg. Your Honor, Mr. William Bill Lavin. Ms. Bernice Marmel. Now 90 years old, Bernice Marmel leads a life marked by extraordinary service to others, especially seniors and low-income Manitobans. Recognizing the value of social connection to emotional and physical health, Ms. Marmel established a friendly visiting program for Age and Opportunity Incorporated. This program matched volunteers with local seniors to help reduce their social isolation and help improve their individual well-being. Ms. Marmel helped establish Macbeth House and Bleak House in North Winnipeg, providing local seniors with opportunities to stay active and to socialize. In 2016, Ms. Marmel was the recipient of the Murray and Muriel Smith Award, the highest honor given by the Manitoba Council on Aging. Ms. Marmel also initiated a unique project with the Norwest Health Cooperative that gave children who were living in a social housing project the opportunity to speak out about their health needs. The project was honored with the Canadian Healthy Communities Project Certificate of Distinction. Community-minded, Ms. Marmel has served on boards of a variety of nonprofit organizations, including the Social Planning Council of Winnipeg, Mount Carmel Clinic, the Urban Idea Center, North End Women's Resource Center, Winnipeg Public Library, and the Active Living Coalition of Older Adults. Your Honor, Ms. Bernice Marmel. Mr. Rob Nash. Rob Nash uses music to influence young people, performing at schools, reservations, and detention centers across Canada. After surviving a near-fatal auto accident at the age of 17, a young Rob Nash started a band called Live on Arrival as a way to leverage the power of music and to share his newfound philosophy to embrace life and make every day count. Recognizing music as a way to influence and motivate young people, Mr. Nash began speaking to young people in schools and other places across the country, playing his songs and sharing their meaning to inspire thought and discussion about issues of particular importance to youth. Rob talks openly and honestly, often from his own experience, about difficult topics facing today's youth, including bullying, addiction, self-harm, and suicide. Each year, Mr. Nash and his band bring their unique presentation to more than 60,000 students directly and connects with another 500,000 more through social media. Over the past 5 years, more than 800 students have approached him to relinquish their planned suicide notes, and hundreds of others have told Rob that they have stopped self-harming behavior because of his work. Your Honor, Mr. Rob Nash. Mr. Ken Opelecki. For the past 30 years, Mr. Ken Opelecki has been the executive director and driving force behind an organization called West Broadway Youth Outreach. The West Broadway Youth Outreach is a nonprofit organization established to help inner-city youth develop their skills and abilities in order to achieve their full potential. The WBYO has pursued this mission through the provision of after-school and summer programs, providing their young clients with a safe and fun environment, physical activity, and healthy snacks at no cost. Programs include a homework club, cooking club, sports and music lessons, as well as other group event outings. More than 800 kids participate in the program every year. A thoughtful mentor, Mr. Opelecki always goes out of his way to offer positive reinforcement for the children's achievements. Among his proudest accomplishments has been helping 2 of his former students achieve their dream of graduating from medical school, with another 3 not far behind. Both doctors continue to give back to the organization as volunteers and mentors. Your Honor, Mr. Ken Opelecki. Dr. Grant Pierce. Dr. Grant Pierce's research in cardiovascular medicine has brought international scientific acclaim to Manitoba. For more than 3 decades, Dr. Pierce has been involved in a series of pioneering studies on stopping or reversing heart muscle disease or blood vessel wall injury. This work has been significant in the development of drugs to treat a series of related conditions. Dr. Pierce has also played a leading role in the development of the Institute of Cardiovascular Sciences at St. Boniface General Hospital, and also helped found the Canadian Centre for Agri-Food Research in Health and Medicine, also at St. Boniface General Hospital. Dr. Pierce is the first Manitoban ever to be awarded the Research Canada Leadership Award as champion and advocate for health research across Canada. Dr. Pierce helped create the RBC Youth Biolab at St. Boniface General Hospital, which provides Winnipeg middle school students with hands-on science and research experience in a laboratory setting. Dr. Pierce's commitment to excellence has helped the St. Boniface General Hospital and Research Centre recruit highly qualified medical professionals, ensuring state-of-the-art care for patients and a better healthcare system for all Manitobans. Your Honor, Dr. Grant Pierce. Dr. Cheryl Rahman Greenberg. A physician and researcher, Dr. Cheryl Rahman Greenberg is renowned for her leadership in pediatric health and her expertise regarding rare metabolic disorders and genetic diseases. Dr. Rahman Greenberg and her colleagues have translated research discoveries into relevant patient care programs, including the development of new diagnostic tests, expanded newborn screening programs, and carrier testing initiatives. Dr. Rahman Greenberg's research has had a profound effect on the health of Manitobans at risk for certain illnesses, resulting in early life-changing intervention in our Hutterite and Augie Cree communities. Dr. Rahman Greenberg has been working with a team of researchers on a new therapy drug for the treatment of a rare metabolic bone disorder. This work has been successful in dramatically changing the disorder from previously untreatable into treatable disorders. Dr. Rahman Greenberg was the first female recipient of the Health Research Foundation Medal of Honor from Innovative Medicines Canada. In April of 2018, Dr. Rahman Greenberg was inducted into the Canadian Medical Hall of Fame in recognition of her leadership in health promotion, illness prevention, and care. Your Honor, Dr. Cheryl Rahman Greenberg. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct privilege and honor to present to you the 2018 Order of Manitoba recipients. You've been generous with your applause. Let's give it to them one more time. It is now my pleasure and honor to invite the Premier of Manitoba, the Honourable Brian Pallister, to bring greetings.
What a great day, and what an incredible group of Manitobans, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. Bravo. Bravo. It's a tremendous honor for me to be here and to say on behalf of all Manitobans, congratulations, as 12 tremendous Manitobans are invested into the Order of Manitoba. Comme vous le savez, l'Ordre de Manitoba est l'honneur le plus important dans cette province. L'ordre existe pour reconnaître des individus qui ont démontré l'excellence et la réussite qui bénéficient dans une manière extraordinaire le bien-être social, culturel ou économique du Manitoba et ses résidents. We all know here today that this is the province's highest honor. It recognizes individuals that have demonstrated excellence, achievement, benefiting in an outstanding manner the social, the cultural, the economic well-being of Manitoba and of its residents. The Manitobans being recognized today unquestionably exceed that standard. Both individually and as a group, they are truly representative of our beautiful province. There's an incredible range of accomplishments, as you've heard briefly about today. It is hard to do justice to the incredible record of service of each of these individuals in a few brief comments, I think, but I wanted to thank our chair for his work today, if you would join in expressing your thanks to him. As you noted from the earlier comments, each of today's inductees has devoted significant time and significant energy to helping those around them in myriad different ways. And this reminds, I think, all of us that we too can make a meaningful contribution to our province and to our fellow Manitobans with the skills, with the passion, and with the experience each of us possess as well. To each of our inductees, I would say, thank you. You've impacted the lives of your fellow citizens in a very, very positive way. Your leadership, your contributions, your accomplishments are an inspiration to each and every one of us here and to all Manitobans. Chacune de ces 11 Manitobains ont impacté les vies de beaucoup de leurs concitoyens dans une manière tellement positive. We are truly so very, very proud of you. On behalf of all Manitobans, I convey our appreciation, our congratulations, and I say thank you sincerely and in a heartfelt way for a job well done. God bless you all.
Thank you all very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now near the end of today's ceremony, but after we sing O Canada, you are certainly invited to stay and visit and enjoy some of the refreshments which will be available at the back of the room. Before you leave, please take a moment and look around this beautiful building, which I feel is the most beautiful legislature in all of Canada. Also, following O Canada, I would ask that all Order of Manitoba recipients to immediately gather here at the front of the room for a group photo. I would ask that all the loved ones of our recipients to hold off for just a few more minutes so we can complete the group photo as quickly as possible. This photo will be on display for the next year as part of our Order of Manitoba display, which is located near the office of the Lieutenant Governor, right here on the second floor of the Legislative Building. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise for the singing of our national anthem, O Canada. Please sing in the language of your choice. This concludes today's ceremony. Thank you all and have a pleasant evening.